Hello? Hey guys, so I'm making this video because we have some pretty important news in the world of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and it essentially deals with cut content for the game. Yep, characters who were originally intended to be playable, well, they were cut. So, to go into the specifics of this, a person called Mondo Mega, who is on Blue Sky, says, while Spike Chunsoft scrubbed any references to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's upcoming Superhero and Diamond DLC, there are leftovers for cut content from the base game. Below are the internal character IDs along with some gaps filled in using another internal list of names that otherwise follows the ID order. In other words, basically the Superhero and Diamond stuff, they can't be accessed because no one knows anything about that, but there are some like leftover files in terms of characters that were originally supposed to be in there. So let's go into the list of what they would be. Well, the left side, this lists kind of like all the IDs for the characters. Well, the left side pretty much lists all the characters, but chances are you're probably not going to be able to read this correctly. So for this, let's kind of like look at what the characters are that I had. Some of them that are highlighted. Supreme Kai, Pikkon, Grandpa Gohan, Nam, Android 8, Chi-Chi, King Vegeta, Fasha, Appule, Salza, Zangya, Mercenary Tao, General Blue, Spike Devilman, Pilaf Machine, Tambourine, Yamu, Demon King Piccolo, Jaco, Zeno, Grandmaster, Grand Minister, Mai, Tagoma, Zeno's assistant, Champa, Vados, and apparently even Super 17. Although I don't know why they don't list it in this actual thing, but yeah, I'll go into why. I'll go into her explanation, but yeah, these are the characters. Now, the only things that I'm kind of like weirded out on are the NPCs like Zeno's assistant, Zenoh, and even the Grand Mister? Actually, hold on. Yeah, I would say, no, let me say the Supreme Kai, because I don't know if that means that they were originally intended to be playable, or if they were just listed kind of like the character models and basic stuff. But characters like Super 17 make sense. Champa and Vados, I don't know right now because I don't know if they're in the actual story mode. I believe it or not, I didn't go in depth into the story mode yet. I've kind of been taking my time because of the huge amount of stuff in the game. But apparently, yeah, Super 17 was supposed to be in the game. And the characters that are kind of like highlighted for me the most are Demon King Piccolo, Pikkon, King Vegeta, Zangya, and of course, Champa and Vados. Those are the other characters that I think would be like really, really valuable as like playable characters. Now, according to her follow-up post, she says some alternate forms, Great Saiyan Man 2, Capito Kai, Super 17, and even the other Shadow Dragons are also listed underneath the base characters. Videl, Supreme Kai, Android 17. Since Shenron, too long didn't read, basically every missing character from Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was planned, and probably still coming as DLC. There's also strong evidence that Great Ape Goku and Super Saiyan 1 Khalifa were scrapped as transformations, as well as base forms for Garlic Jr., Frost, Riburan, Kakunsa, and Rosie. The versions of these characters currently in the game being internally treated as first transformations rather than base. I'm not gonna lie, it also kind of sucks, because if Super 17 was originally intended to be playable, then why not include him? Super 17 was like one of the staples of the Dragon Ball GT series. You had Baby Vegeta, Super 17, Omega Shenron. And then you have like characters like Nova Shenron who aren't in the game. Like, why not just add them in? I mean, you added in, there's like over 180 characters in this game, right? So why not just add them in? Like, the decision, I don't know, like obviously the logical conclusion is, oh, well, we'll just put them as DLC, but still, like, did you really need to do that? Did you guys really need to do that? Ugh, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, basically, apparently a lot of the original Budokai Tenkaichi 3 characters were intended to be in the game, but they got cut. Just an unfortunate truth. But hey, at least we got Frieza Soldier, right? And obviously, FYI, I am just the messenger for this. Even though this person might seem random to a lot of people, You know, people do go into the files for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and that's something that they're allowed to do, by the way. That's what everyone is pretty much allowed to do. This doesn't reveal any new DLC stuff. This doesn't mean that they will be DLC, although it would be great if they actually are confirmed to be DLC. I know a lot of people in the community are pretty much like in that realm of, okay, well, Super 17 isn't in this game, but obviously he's going to be DLC. But we don't know how long it will take. Like, it could be a year. It could be, 6 months? Like, the fact that the first DLC probably isn't going to come until January, February is actually quite insane, because for the lead up, they've been spoiling heavily all of the characters, from Gogeta Blues to Super Saiyan Blue Goku to all of that. And I just hate that oversaturated nonsense that the top of the top it did. Like, why did we need to see all of that stuff? I'm gonna keep complaining about this demo gameplay, this marketing for this game, because it was like, what do we have left? Like, once you beat the story mode and all that stuff, what, PvP? I sure hope we get some DLCs. I sure hope that we get some free DLCs before the end of the year comes. Before January? Not even the end of the year, but I just hope we actually get like constant content. Like, look at games, like, I know it's a gacha game, but look at Legends. They add in like constant content for that type of game, and I understand why. But for this game, okay, at least we could have like some type of mini DLC or like free content, free bonuses stuff, like maybe every week or every 2 weeks, maybe even every month. Wouldn't that be great? Because you guys just didn't think, I feel like some of these people didn't think this through. You showed off all your stuff for several months, constant 30 minutes and 1 hour of demo gameplay. And now, once the game releases, there's going to be a down period where things are kind of going to be dry. And then what? Then what happens? What? PvP? Just PvP, huh? That's what you guys did. You know, instead of having everyone just discover everything on release, you showed off, you played your hand too much. But at least we know that the original characters from Budokai Tenkaichi 3 were intended to be in this game, at least according to them. At least according to this person. Like, and of course, lest as I repeat, I am just a messenger here. She could be wrong, but I doubt it. A lot of people aren't going to just make stuff like this up for no reason, especially on Blue Sky. Like, that's kind of a niche platform, to be honest, especially compared to X, but don't blame her, especially considering that X is a cesspool of nonsense.